Hi, I am Nur Hidayatul Aina. So, as an introduction, the environmental problems that we have choose is land pollution. Land pollution may be defined as the ground within or which the substances are present quantities that may cause damage to human health or any other living species, as well as the functioning of ecosystem. As we know, land pollution happen because there are a lot of solid waste and liquids that pollute groundwater and soil. Besides that, soil erosion is one of the causes of land pollution. Land pollution also arises as a global environmental problem, especially towards the urbanization and industrialization. It should be handled with environmental policies globally. However, it is important to understand clearly about the human's dimension as an experts do research about it. According to DOE, Department of Environment, 29% of surface is made from land on which the places that the human and animals stay. According to Prasanna, land pollution can be defined as a degradation land, soil and its nutrients because of the human activities such as illegal logging, urbanization and also agriculture. Forests, mountains, rivers, lakes and others was on the land. Even the settlements is also on the land. Land can contribute food which can bolster the expanding population. Land pollution also can be referred as a deterioration of land and its necessary properties. This leads to the elimination of its nutrients, acidification, and eventually rendering it a barren area, which means that a single piece of land cannot withstand life on Earth. However, the advancements of the cities and deforestation is the common cause of land pollution. Mining also can cause land pollution because it can make the hole drown. Other than that, the overflowing landfill will contribute to a land pollution, especially when the chemical waste had been through to the landfill, which can worsen the land pollution. Land pollution and solid waste generation have become major issues in cities of less economically developed countries as put forward. Land pollution and solid waste is related closely. Solid waste from domestic, social and industrial activities is increasing in quantity as a result of growing population, rising standards of living and development of technology. Rapid population growth and advancements of urbanizations have made a radical increases of the solid waste composition. According to Thomas Hope 1998, stated that solid waste generation has been a dominant of development and urbanization. Thus, the land pollution might be preventing if the authorities had enforced a proper regulation towards all the community. And the community also must aware about the causes and effects of land pollution.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is AM226. I will explain about the land pollution cases in Malaysia. The first case in Malaysia that led to soil pollution was the excessive use of pesticides and fertilizers without control by farm operators in Cameron Highlands. Land around Cameron Highlands is at risk of becoming dead land when excessive uncontrolled fertilizer is used by farm operators. Dead soil occurs due to the accumulation of excess fertilizer in the soil texture. The longer the fertilizer content is in the soil, it can cause the soil to die and is no longer suitable for growing flowers or vegetables, especially large-scale flowering areas such as roses and chrysanthemums, as both of these flowers are sensitive to moisture of the soil. In Cameron Highlands as well, the level of pesticides used is still high among gardeners, especially the illegal pesticides which contains dangerous chemical substances that can lead to soil degradation. The effects of chemicals in pesticides will thus affect soil conservation, where it can last for decades, where farmers will not be able to continue with their agricultural activities. The second case is illegal dumping of toxic waste disposal. The case of illegal toxic waste disposal occurred at Sejangkang Utama Road, Johan Setia Klang in Selangor, where, based on the inspection that has been implemented by the Selangor Department of Environment, has been found that there are bags and drums of more than 1,000 which believed has contained dangerous toxic waste which has been found at illegal landfills. Similarly, the case in Pengkalan, Perigi Road, Tanjung Kling in Malacca, which also found that toxic waste were dumped illegally, where the Department of Environment has been found that more than 900 of drums, 6 of tanks intermediate bulk containers, 5 of tanks suspected to contain oil sludge, and 7 of contaminated barrels inevitably polluted that land if there is no further action is taken by the authorities. The third case is soil erosion. The occurrence of soil erosion is the main evidence that land pollution, and it often occurs in Malaysia due to human activities. The soil erosion occurs when topsoil of the most fertile soil is removed through water, wind and soil, where it indicates that soil degradation has occurred in Malaysia. Soil erosion can be seen to occur due to unsustainable land use for the purpose of agricultural activities that held on the hillside, extensive development, deforestation, and land use modification. This can be seen in Taman Sibilin in Ipoh in Perak, where it has claimed one life and resulted in the back of the house for 10 houses that were affected due to soil erosion because the land can no longer support the development which has been carried out at that area. The last case of land pollution in Malaysia is excessive dumping of garbage at landfills, either it is illegally or legally. For many years, this issue has never ended, and it is increasingly worrying the government as the waste generated in a year, especially household waste, is increasing, like the case in Langkawi Island, where garbage from all of Langkawi Island has to be piled up in the open field because the incinerator plant worth almost 70 million ringgit did not work, which resulted the garbage downflowing into the Kiri River and garbage containing chemicals absorbed by the soil. This case occurs because there is no proper solid waste management. Even the case of garbage disposal in Kuala Lumpur recorded that industrial and domestic waste of 3,500 tons in a day, which according to data that given by the SW Corp, which is Public Cleansing Management Corporation, and in 1 month, Kuala Lumpur residents can produce solids up to 2 m high in 28 hectare sites. Solids produced by the population resulting in this waste contaminating the soil and in turn causing the soil to lose nutrients, infertile and damaged.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Izahanis binti Kamaruzani. So today I'm going to present about the causes of land pollution. The first causes of land pollution will be urbanization. It is undeniable that development contribute to the waste disposal as the population keep increasing because of industrial area offering the job opportunities. So the people from the rural area come to the urban area, which is focusing on the industrial area in order to get the job opportunities. This industrial area lead to the illegal dumping to saving the cost, which is the illegal dumping waste can lead to the soil degradation. So the soil degradation is damage the quality of the soil or the land itself. So the land pollution also can disrupt the stability of the ecosystem by cutting down the tree to build the housing, but at the same time the ecosystem, which is animals, will lose their habitat and forcing them to migrate to find the more suitable place to stay. Next, the second causes of land pollution will be the agricultural area. So as we know, the farmers will using pesticides in order to avoid the insects damaging their plantation. But the chemical substance, which is the pesticide, have the impact on the food security. The first impact will be it decreasing the crop yield because of the toxic level of the pollutants. And the second, the quality of land will decline over time. Land pollution is because of the land contaminated, and this has become issue until forcing the United Nations to take an action to restore the ecosystem for the next 10 years, such as encouraging the sustainable practices to recover the soil management. Food and Agriculture Organization of United Nations also suggests the national country to implement the regulation on the land pollution and limit the uses of contaminants from beyond the limitation, because the continuous land pollution can eventually affect the health of human and the human well-being itself. So the government need to develop more awareness and action, taking more action to aware the people about the land pollution and the causes of the land pollution itself. That's all for me. Thank you.
My name is Nafisa Akila binti Aziz, and I am going to proceed with the effects of environmental cases that has been identified. Land pollution can affect most of the living things on this planet, including humans, animals, and plants. It could danger the ecosystem cycle in this world. Firstly, water is not safe to drink anymore, not only for humans, but for other species. Water is the most important thing for living things to survive. Without clean water, we can die because of dehydration. As we know, water is easily contaminated with other subjects such as gas, oil, and chemicals. When land pollution happens, our clean water can expose to parasites and microorganisms that are not needed and dangerous. Secondly, as for plants, the soil will be polluted. That leads to the land of agriculture is decreasing. Without the soil, we cannot do agricultural activity to add as much as oxygen supply to the earth. For animals, it could be an extinction of wildlife. This is because there is no home for them to live and to survive. For example, when illegal logging happened, they took down every single trees and the woods. If they found wild animals, they will kill and sell them for its skin, teeth, nails, and trunks. This is resulting to the shiftings of animals' areas as they are forced to leave their old places because of land pollution has happened. The next effect is well-known effect for every pollution that ever exists in the world, which is climate change. So in the simple terms of what is climate change, it can be defined as a change of average condition in certain places over a long period of time, such as temperatures and rainfalls. So these days, rainfalls in our country is in much rainfalls than the other day, so it could lead to a flood. So right now we are having a big flood in Pahang, Kelantan, and Terengganu. So yeah, that is the effects of the cases. Next, I will proceed with the steps to overcome the cases that has been identified in Table 1. Firstly, as a human being, we can reduce of chemical fertilizers and pesticides. Even plants require soil nutrients, minerals, calcium, and phosphorus for growth and production. Crops are often targeted by rats, insects, and bacteria. So farmers need pesticides to protect their plants. However, the farmer can reduce a bit the usage of the pesticides. Next, by reforestation. As we know, logging and mining, on the other hand, leaves the earth bare and opens the ground to pollutants. The regeneration of forests by planting more trees preserves the ground from flooding and soil erosion. Therefore, reforestation, forest, and grassland plants bind the soil to keep it strong and balanced. They also endorse a variety of ecosystems that add to a full ecosystem. Next, by a solid waste treatment. To reduce the disposal of solid waste on property, you should reuse items such as fabric, plastic bags, and glass in your household instead of disposing of them. By recycling, you reduce the volume of solid waste that goes to landfills and therefore make a commitment to protecting environmental resources. Reduce, reuse, and recycle. This is the basic way, but some people are not taking care of it. Recycling and reusing energy wherever possible reduces waste, reduces soil degradation, and saves you money. Last but not least, we should together be implementing the green living condition. Green living involves making sustainable decisions on what we eat, how we move, what we purchase, and how we consume and how we get rid of it. Sustainable living represents a lifestyle that aims to minimize the use of Earth's natural resources and personal resources by an entity or community. So that's all from me. Thank you.
So, as a conclusion, land pollution will make the environment become more worse because the soil erosion had made everything in environment surrounding become destroyed. The authorities must play an important role by enforcing all the rules and regulations of environment, so that the culprit of making a land pollution will be punished. The proper laws and regulations should be formulated to prevent the land pollution. Other than that, the community must cooperate with the authorities in order to ensure the activities that might be a pollution by informing to the authorities as soon as possible in order to stop the activity of pollution from occur. Therefore, the land pollution might be reduced since all the communities had followed the rules and regulations of environment. With the proper regulations that have been enforced, the community will be more aware about the effects of land pollution. That's all. Thank you.